Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Rhonda White, and what's your name?
Rebecca Smith.
Okay, Miss Smith, how are you?
Frustrated and tired.
Frustrated and tired? Tell me more about what's been going on.
Well, I've been, look like a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids, and I kind of been, just, living off of the money that my husband makes. But I'm more of an independent type. So I'm choosing to go back to work, and it's causing problems within my household.
Okay, and what type of problems is it causing?
My husband doesn't want me to work. Like, I don't know if it's just because he wants to be the breadwinner or he's controlling. I don't know what it is, but it's causing some issues.
And how long have you been out of work?
It's been so long I can't even remember.
Okay, and what's the age of your oldest child?
Let's see. 8.
Okay, so roughly about 8 years you've been out of work.
Maybe a little longer than
A
that.
little longer than that, so we'll just leave it in the 10 range.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said that your husband makes all the money?
Yeah, well, I mean, he tries to, but he's not really bringing in much, though.
Okay, but he would just have the higher earning capacity at this point.
Correct.
Okay, and have you ever tried to talk to him about it?
Yeah, but it seems like every conversation we have turns into a major argument, and it always ends with him just leaving, and then the conversation is never resolved.
Okay, so that must be pretty frustrating.
Very frustrating.
So have you took steps to apply for jobs or?
I mean, I try, but at the same time, it's like he goes behind my back and he does sneaky things. Like if he sees random numbers that have called the call log, he'll call and find out what's going on, which usually is a bad representation to give to any job. So I take it that's the reason why I don't get any callbacks.
And does he go through your personal emails and things like that too?
Everything.
Okay, so nothing's a secret with him.
No.
Okay, and how do you think your children would react if you went back to work?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be a bit of a struggle, like, at least, for the younger ones because they're so used to me being at the house. But for the oldest, I mean, he's in school, so he's not really affected by me not being there.
Okay, and what would you want your ultimate goal to be to solve the problem?
I just really need for him to understand that with 2 incomes, we could be better off than just with one.
And he just doesn't want to get that through his head.
Not at all.
Okay. Do you talk to him like when he comes home from work or when he wakes up in the morning?
I mean, I try to make it like a little relaxing type of setting. Like he comes home, give him time to relax, and then, have the conversation in the midst of us talking about other things. That still doesn't work.
And he totally blocks it out.
I mean, yeah, it's like talking to a wall.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Like I'm not important. Like you're my husband. Like you should be willing to listen to me having, expressing my feelings to you,
And what's the job that your husband does?
Does little odd jobs like construction, and that's why there's no guarantee that the money that we're gonna make. Because if it rains, he can't work, and sometimes their contracts aren't that long, and then it's like you're out of work for a time period until the next job comes up.
Okay. And have you brought those examples into the picture when you've been talking to him?
Those usually are the examples that makes him get up and walk off.
Okay, so he doesn't respond to those at all?
No.
Okay. Have you ever tried to, let the children talk to him?
No, I mean, I try not to bring the kids into like adult conflicts, especially like with my oldest boy that might not end well.
Right. I totally understand. So, at this point, you and your husband are having conflicts. because you want to go back to work and he makes all of the money right now, and you're trying to get him to understand that if you were able to work too, that the house would be a better environment.
Correct.
Okay. And he doesn't want to get that through his head.
Not at all.
So has he been able to, try to seek any type of counseling to do any family things, or?
No, I mean, it's kind of one of like those stereotypical situations where he doesn't believe in the counseling. Counseling is more detrimental to the family than, just trying to solve everything on our own. But it's like we can't solve anything on our own if you're constantly getting up and walking out. Like, I don't know if it's a pride thing or is it just his ego.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't really know what other options is left for us really to go through if you're constantly shutting me down.
Mm-hmm. So have you considered divorcing?
Yeah, I have. But the only thing that concerns me with that is the fact that I haven't worked in 10 years. He has pretty much all the financial backing when it comes down to our children. And although part of me wants to leave, I feel if I do leave, I would end up losing my children.
Okay, because you wouldn't be able to support them.
No.
Right. So if you just got up and went and got a job, how do you think he would react to that?
I think he would probably leave. I really do. I think he would leave, and I think he would, take the children with him. And a part of me kind of feels like me getting a job is like his concern. I think he feels that I want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he feels like if I get a job, then he knows what's coming next, and so therefore he's going to try to do everything in his power to prevent that.
Mm-hmm. But you would want to stay in the marriage. You just want your husband to know that you want a job, that you want to be happy.
Right. And I want to be heard. I mean, it's beyond just like financial reasoning. Like, I want to be heard. Like, if I'm, as your wife, if I have a concern, I feel like my husband should listen to what it is that I'm feeling, not shut me out and, block me. And I feel like I'm one of the kids. Like, I got to ask you for permission to do this and do that and get money, and I just rather make my own, and then we won't have that problem.
Right. So do you think your husband would be interested in counseling sessions if you tried to drag him just one time?
Maybe if it came from somebody else, like somebody put that bug in his ear, like maybe you and your wife should try counseling. I think it would work better than me being like, hey babe, let's try counseling.
So does he takes initiative from other people before he takes initiative from you?
Pretty much.
Okay. So is there family members around that?
I mean, we have a couple of family members around. Not too much like of my family, but more so of his family. And then with his family, like the closest one to him is his brother. So if his brother could like put that bug into his ear, then it might work. But I don't know.
So if you told his brother that you wanted to get a job, do you think his brother would be willing to help you to tell your husband?
I don't know. There's boundaries with that one as well, as far as like conversation with his brother.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't really allow that. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, what you can do is try to establish a job on your own and see how he reacts to it. And if he wants to leave, just let him know that you're willing to save your marriage, but at the same time, you're going to get a job too because it's what's best.
Okay. I'll try that.
Alrighty, and I do thank you today, Miss Smith. My name is Miss White, and have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Alrighty.